This is Personal SEO Teaches, how to add Google fonts to your Genesis or Studiopress website, backups, and all of that information. So on the back end of this website, thehousecat.com, there are a couple of things that I did, and I wanted to go over what we kind of do with most sites. So the first thing we use is back WP up, and this is important to know that when you are a personal SEO customer, or if you just have a WordPress site, always back up your website. So under jobs, you can see that I have back WP up going directly to Dropbox. Actually, it's a folder on the site. And then when it ran last, which was on the 14th of March, and then when it will run again, which is on the 21st. So at any point in time when you want to back up your website, you can just go here under WP Backup and Jobs, and then click on Run Now. What I suggest doing is connecting it to your Dropbox account rather than just a folder inside the website. And the reason being is that if it's a folder and the website gets hacked, then it could still be an issue. But if it's on Dropbox entirely, then it's everything is off-site. So let's go over real quick how to create a simple job and how to back it up to Dropbox. So first thing that you do is just go to Dropbox. It's easier if you log into Dropbox with a different tab. And I'm automatically already logged in, but just log in and then just sit here. Now go back to the Jobs tab and go ahead and click Add New. Okay, and then you could just label it to Dropbox. It doesn't really matter. Check all of the boxes. Scroll down and click on tar or gzip. They're more compressed than the zip, and then check to back up to Dropbox, and then put in your email address here. I uncheck that box because I'm going to actually physically look at it, then click Save. Okay, schedule is the next thing. Okay, so I tend to just want to do this manually. However, if you choose WordPress cron, then you could set up a regular time. Now, since there are going to be two jobs, in other words, one that happens once a week, and then this one, I'll just leave this as manual. But if you want to do WordPress cron, then you would say daily and then hour. When you set this, always set it at an off hour. Like for example, 1800 hours, or if you want to go later, 2200 hours. Don't do everything at midnight because that's when a lot of servers do updating. So you want to throw it off on a weird hour. You can actually do it in the middle of the day. It shouldn't slow down the website at all. So I'm going to go back to manual on this and then hit Save Changes. Okay, the next tab is database backup. Okay, and so all of the tables of the database you want to check. You just want to click the gzip and hit Save. Everything else is fine. Okay, files. You can exclude files, but again, I want the entire website, so I'm not going to exclude anything. It's going to exclude where it puts its backups, because you don't want to back up a backup. And then hit Save. XML Export. I rarely use this, but since it's an option, just click on gzip and then hit Save. It'll export all of the content, pages, posts, all of that stuff. Plugins, it's going to export an XML list of the plugins. Just worst case scenario, if you have to reinstall every single plugin, this will just give you the list to get them. A database check. I tend to do this, try and repair a defective table. I tend to want it to repair as it backs up or right before it backs up, just to make sure. And then the last thing is to back up to Dropbox. So we click to Dropbox. This loads. And then what's going to happen is the moment I click Get Authorization Code, it's going to pop up an item. I'm going to click Allow, copy the authorization code, go back, and then paste it in, and then hit Save Changes. That that is that. Now it's going to drop back to Dropbox. It will put it in its own folder, and then how many files to keep in the folder, I'm just going to say 2, because this is a manual backup. Hit save, and then once this is saved, go ahead and hit run now. And then now it's going to run an entire backup of the website. Now while it's doing this, another question was, how do I change the fonts on the website? So I'm going to go to Appearance, and then I'm going to right click on Customize and hit Open in a new tab. You can just go to Appearance and click Customize. I just want to leave this open, and I'll come back to it as we do the video. So under Appearance, I have installed the Fonts plugin, which is right here. You can click on that and then choose Basic Settings, and then choose any font that you want. So for example, if we choose Century Gothic, then it's going to change all of the basic fonts to Century Gothic. So not that that's a good deal, but now there is a list of all of the fonts. The heading typography fonts, such as our communities, again, you can change this to any font that Google has. You could change it and it will automatically change that. So I'll just go back to default. So this allows you to change all of the fonts on the website as long as the pages are using an H1 tag, which that's what this is, and as long as they're using a P tag, that's what for paragraph, that's what this is, and so that's why those are able to work. You can even go more advanced and change the branding, which I believe would be these sections. We can just try it. So we'll change it to, all right, nothing changed, so that's an H1 tag. So when you change the H1 tag, it'll change it from that point as well. The other item is navigation. If you want to change the font here, which would be right here, you can change it to Century Gothic, and then it changes it automatically. So this is the best way and the fastest way to change all of the fonts on the website just by doing a couple of clicks, and then that is that. So I'm not going to save anything. And then here is the job. As soon as it gets done backing up, then the site is backed up to Dropbox. It was backed up last on the 14th. And anytime you want to run the job, just hover over, just go to Jobs, hover over Jobs, and click Run, and you can run the job, and then you can do whatever you want to your website. I would do it every single time that you update something. I'd run a backup. Specifically, I would just run the Dropbox backup whenever you want, and then as soon as it gets done, then you start updating the theme, changing anything on the website, and worst case scenario, if there's an issue, our clients always know that they can call us, and we would restore the website. Thank you for watching. This is Personal SEO Teaches how to back up your website to Dropbox and how to change fonts globally in a Studiopress website. Have a good day.